Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, July the 3rd, and we're out of June. It's already July. So today is Sunday, July the 3rd. Hello and hello, everybody. I'm going to try and catch up with you here so that I can see your comments. I hope everybody is having a great week and that you've got lots of fun planned for this holiday weekend. Come on, Facebook. Here we go. No noise. Okay, awesome. So hopefully I should be able to see your comments, but I hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Hello, Hattie. It's good to see you. If you are brand new, do give us a shout out because we would love to say hi and hello and welcome you. Maybe we'll have some fun people here. Hello, Sylvia, that are new. I mean, everybody's fun, but maybe we'll have some new people here because of the holiday. I know this is like, I saw something. Hello, Deanna, and hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois, and hello, Elaine. I saw something today, and hello, Sandra from Demons Ferry. I saw something today that said, just a reminder, July is not the halfway, or July 4th is not the halfway point through the summer. So now I'm curious, what is exactly halfway through the year? I know it's not halfway through the summer, but what day is halfway through the year? Hello, Carol Lou. Hello, Melinda. Oh no, Linda broke her arm yesterday. What were you doing? I hope it was something fun and exciting, and hello, Katie, and not just like tripped over a slipper or something. Let us know, and hopefully you'll be on the road to recovery quickly. And hello, Connie from Missouri. Hello, Sherry. Hello, John from Home Base. John has been busy at home cleaning dishes that I'm making as fast as he can clean them. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania. So hello and welcome everyone. Today is July the 3rd. Sorry, Mindy just said happy 4th weekend. So of course that popped in my head. Hello, Mindy. Hello, happy 3rd. Today's the 3rd. Happy 4th to everybody. Hello, Kim. It's good to see you. And again, if you're brand new, let us know because we would love to give you a shout out. Hello, Cynthia. And we're still waiting to find out what happened to the arm, to the broken arm, because I want it to be an exciting story. And I just noticed Alyssa asked me to hold on to her hair clips today, and just noticed that I still have them clipped onto my shirt. Oh well, that's a new fashion accessory apparently, is your granddaughter's hair clips. Okay, so let's see. Hello, another Sandra. Hello, Pat from Illinois. Oh, hold on, missed somebody. Hello, Pat from Illinois. Debbie sneaking in. Okay, great. And several of you all are checking in on Linda. Thank you for that. And hello, Marlene from Florida. So it has finally rained here in East Tennessee. We were all so happy to see it. I know it squelched some plans, whatever for this weekend, but we needed the rain. So we will all get over it, okay? And hello, Trish. It's good to see you from OC, California. Oh, yeah, Mindy says looks good on you. Yeah, the hair clips. Sure, there we go. Hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. Hello, Kathy. It's good to see you. How are the cats? Okay, so everybody is sneaking in here. Looks like we're going to have a good little crowd for it to be a holiday weekend. We had, hello, Myra. Good to see you too. So we had the peach tent again here this weekend, and he had Freestone peaches, blackberries, cantaloupe, and seems like something else. And hello, Lynn. Seems like he had something else. And it was so slow here for him on Saturday. So on Saturday when the peach tent was set up with everything, okay, hold on. I'm sorry. John has come in with the information. July 3rd at noon is exactly the halfway point of the year. So we're at the halfway point. And hello, Orlando Debbie. It's good to see you. So thanks, John. Okay, so we are officially halfway through this year because it's past noon for all of us now. So for everyone watching the chat now, it is officially past the halfway point of the year. But anyway, so the peach tent was here on Saturday, and he had Freestone peaches, blackberries, and cantaloupe. And it was a really slow day on Saturday. And you know what's funny? Today's Sunday. He was only here for a few hours yesterday. Today is Sunday. I'm getting all kinds of messages and text messages. Blackberries. I saw your blackberries. Does he have any more blackberries? Okay. He's here on Saturday. So if you all are here in Knoxville, you're gonna have to wait until next Saturday. But the blackberries were absolutely fantastic, and we're gonna talk about those here and again in a few minutes. So a little bit of news for this first Sunday together in July. So this is July the 3rd, 2022. If you're watching this later on YouTube, that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. So if you're watching this later, today is July the 3rd, 2022. So, you know, these chats go all the way back like 5 years. So I think I'm going to start saying what the year is just in case you're watching a really, really old one and think it was just a couple of weeks ago. We have 278 chats plus some amount of other videos posted. So y'all should really go back to YouTube and watch all of those. Okay, so a little bit of news for this first Sunday in July. Tomorrow is U.S. Independence Day. Hello, Tay. Tomorrow is the 4th of July here in the United States, and Friday was Canada Day. And I know I'm not going to explain this correctly, so I'm just going to say Happy Independence from Great Britain to all of us. And I hope that was correct information. John, you'll have to correct me if it's not. And Carol said next Saturday is her birthday, so eat some blackberries for her. Happy birthday, Carol. Happy early birthday, Carol. So I hope I just said that correctly. Next bit of news, just like that, bam, it is everything good about the summer season. So I can't keep up with it fast enough. The watermelon, watermelon, cantaloupe, peaches, freestone peaches, green beans, blackberries, boom, 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 boom. It's all coming in faster than I can process it in my head, and faster than I can process it in, pointing the wrong direction, in the new Nesco pressure canner. We're going to talk about that again in a few minutes, but even if you don't plan on preserving anything, it is everything that's good about the summer. So whatever your favorite fruit or vegetable is in the summer, it's in season right now, probably somewhere. I mean, here, it's all in season and it's all fresh and it's all fantastic right now. So I highly recommend that you go find a farmer's market somewhere soon, fast. Go find one fast near you and enjoy this season, because this is right now is what I love about summer. This is my favorite time about summer, and I can't even pick what to get. So like Mindy got farm stand peaches. She says they were to die for. Melinda saying happy birthday to Carol. Let me see. Who else? Somebody else. It popped up here a second ago. Somebody else got some peaches. Yeah, this is everything that's the best about the summertime. So even if you're not planning on preserving any of it and keeping it for later, now is the time to go to the farmer's market. Okay, do it now. Okay, and then the last little bit of news. I know several of you all are diabetic or pre-diabetic or living with someone who is diabetic. And I just found an article from WW, and they announced in June the results of a 6-month clinical trial among members with diabetes who are following the new Personal Points program. So I know everybody, oh no, and Melinda says, I'm glad it is currently blackberry summer and not blackberry winter. You are exactly right. You are so right, Melinda. But I know for those of you who have diabetes or pre-diabetic, it's been an interesting journey with you all this first few months of the Personal Points program, deciding whether or not to click yes or no on that very first question if you are diabetic or pre-diabetic. So here was what they came up with. 136 people living with type 2 diabetes experienced a 5.7% body weight loss, 9.8, or it's among 135 people, 9.8% decrease in diabetic stress. I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that diabetic stress was a thing, and I've lived with diabetic people. And a 0.76 decrease in A1C, and an overall 13% improvement, or a 13% overall improvement in overall well-being. I think that's fantastic news. I think that's really, really good news for those of you, again, that are diabetic, pre-diabetic, living with someone who's diabetic, or, and hello, Vicki from Hot St. Louis, or if you're just trying to keep this in check so that you don't become diabetic. So I think this is more awesome news that it's not new anymore. And aloha, Kathy. I think this is more awesome news that and Vicki, did it already? Yeah, I did already say hi to Hot St. Louis. Yes, I did. That the new, and it's not new, but anyway, the Personal Points program, it just continues to be better and better and better and better. I mean, that is fantastic news for people who are living with diabetes or trying to avoid diabetes. And when Jessica posts this here in a day or two, because I'm giving her tomorrow off, since it is July the 4th, in the United States, when she posts this, I'll post the link to that, and you can go and look, because there is a lot of data in that article that I can't possibly read here. So if you are interested in that, Jessica will post that link when she gets this posted on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Okay, we're wrapping up dropping an anchor this week. So we have been talking about dropping anchors all month. This is July, so we're going to wrap it up this week. But the first thing I need to know is who attended an in-person workshop last week. So give me some thumbs ups. And if you're new, you just touch this little button down here at the bottom for a thumbs up, and give me a thumbs up if you attended an in-person workshop last week, or if you went to a Zoom workshop last week. And give me some hearts if you attended here with us live last week, as painful as it was with the storm. So the storms came early today, and I did a diagnostic test. So hopefully we should be good to go tonight. But give me some thumbs up. I mean, yeah, thumbs ups if you attended an in-person workshop or a Zoom workshop, and hearts if you watched here with us live last week, or if you watched later on demand. So lots of thumbs ups and hearts. And Linda's bottom was in a green chair, and on her birthday. On her birthday. So happy birthday. So I'm hoping that the green chair isn't what caused the broken arm, but happy birthday to you. So here are your Bravo stickers for attending a workshop or attending here with us on a holiday weekend. So if you're in Canada, your holiday was Friday. If you're in the United States, your holiday is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, however long you can extend it. I have a friend that is off from work until Tuesday. Yeah, just, off that long for the holiday. So bravo to everyone for doing this and for doing it over a holiday. So, and it's a holiday that does present some eating challenges for some people. Okay, so we're going to finish up talking about, hold on a second. Sylvia sat her bottom in a green chair along with two friends who were back after a break during COVID. Oh, well, okay, good. Well, good. I'm glad y'all were all back together again. And Sherry has made a very patriotic red, white, and blue hearts for attending with us here. She gets an extra Bravo sticker for that. Extra creative there, Sherry. Okay, so we're wrapping up and Linda, I will go back and read that here in a little bit. We're wrapping up the dropping an anchor, and remember, you drop an anchor if you've never been on a boat. Hopefully you all have. But if you've never been on a boat or been boating, you drop an anchor, and then you just let the boat, kind of drift as it wants to, with the current, Sometimes things are going to happen. The wind's going to blow a little bit, whatever, and the boat's going to drift, but it's always going to stay kind of in that same area. You're welcome, Sherry. That is what dropping an anchor is about. Dropping an anchor doesn't mean that you're sitting in one spot and never moving again. Dropping an anchor means you're not going to venture too far off. Okay, so last week during chat number 278, we were talking about how to stop stressing when you were already stressing. And we talked a little bit about my job, and I'm so glad that we had that chat last week, because this last week leading up to today is a blur. Don't remember it. Literally trying to do the, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, trying not to hyperventilate, trying not to pass out. I mean, it is a blur. I ended up getting late. Let's see. I think I was home at like 8 o'clock or right at 8 o'clock, 2 or 3 nights last week. Not normal. It is normal to bust it up at the house early, but anyway, I'm so glad that we had that chat last week, because I personally needed it. So when we were talking about dropping anchors, a couple of the things that we talked about, things that we could do to, to kind of not get on that train that's barreling out of control, to kind of keep it from derailing. One of the things we could do was to drop some anchors. And so that definitely was a big help, for me. So some of the anchors that you can drop are like, eating before everything gets out of control, drinking your water before your day starts, because if everything breaks loose and if you're getting too stressed out, you might not take the time to drink anything, which leads to other complications. Getting a good night's rest if you can the night before. You can't always predict when you're going to have an out of control day. So trying to get a good night's rest the night before will just help, just in case. Another thing, saying no and delegating when you can't say no. So I did have a few things this week that I was able to just either say, nope, sorry, I would love to help you out with that, but I'm not going to be able to do that. Or if I couldn't say no, I went ahead and found someone who could do it for me. So, and that was fantastic. I'm really bad at delegating, so that was awesome this week. And then the last thing was the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method that WW had posted on their super cool graphic this week. 5 was to take a deep breath and look around and see find 5 things you can see. 4 was to take another deep breath and find 4 things that you can feel. 3 was to close your eyes and find 3 things that you could hear. Then take another deep breath for number 2 and find 2 things you can smell. And then the last one was to take that final deep breath and find something that you could taste before you tackled that oncoming train. So I think that one was really good. I think I really needed it last week. Your homework for last week was #anchor your train. And it's funny because all of us that did our homework chose a lot of the same things. So let me give you a few of them. So Julie anchors her train by by dropping one of her anchors. Okay, so she anchors that train and doesn't even let it get her started. You know, doesn't even let her get started, taking her down the path, down the tracks too fast, by dropping one of her anchors. So she knows that starting her day hydrated with 24 ounces of water and then going ahead and taking her vitamins, it's going to keep her from derailing. So she's not going to get dehydrated, even if things go berserk right after she finishes that. And I'm hoping that they don't. But even if they do, she has already gotten in 24 ounces of water, 3 8-ounce glasses of water before she even starts her day. Okay, it's fantastic. John did not realize that he did his homework this week, but he does his homework more often than he realizes. So on this one, he dropped an anchor. It was a hairy week for him too, and it's promising to be a hairy week coming up. But he has gotten really good about not skipping breakfast. So that doesn't mean he's sitting down to a big plate of bacon and eggs or something, because I'm not getting up and making him breakfast every day, or most days. But sometimes, but he knows, he has come to learn that going ahead and taking that 10 minutes or whatever to get some food in him is going to keep a train wreck from happening. So sometimes it might be leftover pizza, it might be a breakfast sandwich, it might be a pack of trail mix, who knows what it's going to be. But if he starts his day with something on his tummy, it's going to keep him from going off the rails, because he's running empty, So he just starts every day. He's done really well at starting every day with, by eating something. And I think that's a great anchor to drop, even though he didn't realize he was dropping it. And then Lynn is another water drinker. So Lynn is starting every single day with a full bottle of water. So no matter what happens throughout the rest of the day, she's already had water to kind of get her going and keep her going, through the day. So bravo to everyone who did their homework last week. There are your virtual Bravo stickers. Good job, everybody. Y'all, keep it up. And this was a slim week for doing homework, but honestly, it's a holiday week, with Canada Day and now the 4th of July. So I was surprised anybody did their homework anyway. So, and it was a little bit, you had to think about this week's homework a little bit. So very proud of y'all for doing it. This week though, this week's chat, we were talking about how to find your go-to foods. And I don't want y'all to peek. No one walk off and look, okay? Without peeking, I want you to hurry, tell me 5 things that are in your refrigerator right now. So hurry, don't go look. Just name 5 things that are in your refrigerator and go. Okay, y'all are a little bit behind me. So I always have, I'm going to name 5 things out of my refrigerator. So I know at home in my refrigerator, for sure, I have eggs, I have string cheese, I have carrots. Oh, we're starting to get some, okay, wait, hold on. Carol Lou has spinach, asparagus, peppers, onions, and eggs. That sounds like that's a good variety. Debbie says eggs, rotisserie chicken, and turkey. Also good. Joanna says, oh, hold on, I gotta see more. Says, blueberry, spinach, yogurt, light sour cream, and eggs. Deanna says yogurt, nectarines, watermelon, salad, and chicken. Myra says cantaloupe, eggs, pickles, celery, and carrots. Trish, I can't pronounce that. Faye, I never can say that one right. Faye, that's yogurt. Anyway, Faye and spinach. Debbie says string cheese also. Okay, good. So a lot of y'all are answering. Katie says turkey, deli meats, strawberries, blackberries, lettuce, and eggs. And Pam says strawberries, almond milk, protein shake, carrots, and chicken. Okay, so a lot of you all are answering. Yay! This is the most y'all have ever talked, like ever. Okay, so now that you've said your 5 things, and y'all are saying more than 5, there are certain foods that you keep in your refrigerator all the time. So look at this. Everybody, everyone who is here, all of y'all. So if you're not from the South, all y'all means all of you all of everyone here. So all y'all have just named off at least 5 things, some of you more than 5 things, because there's just certain things that you keep in your refrigerator all the time, right? You get it? Okay, now I want you to shout out. Hello, Marlene. I want you to shout out 1 0-point food, just one, only 1 0-point food that you cannot imagine being on this weight loss journey without. So think about it. What's one thing, and I just want you to shout it out, that you think, oh, if I couldn't have blah blah as 0, forget it. I'd be done. So Sandra, is that your one thing, is watermelon? Okay, Jonah says eggs. Yeah, I'm with you. Eggs. Yeah, eggs is on my list. Yeah, Sandra says watermelon. Take says oatmeal. Linda's doing something. Myra says eggs. Sylvia says eggs. Debbie says eggs. Kim says eggs. Is that why y'all are here? Because you know that if you have an egg, you have hope. Deanna says eggs. Carol Lou says veggies. We've got one girl. We have one girl in our in-person workshop that cannot. She has tried every way on the planet to eat eggs and just can't do it. And we were like, then stop trying to eat eggs. You don't have to eat them. You do not have to eat eggs. Elaine says eggs. Hattie says salad. Sylvia says popcorn. That's a good one. So that one's a little bit different. Okay, so congratulations. You just started your go-to food list without even really thinking about it. So I think y'all were having fun, you know, saying these things, but you just started your go-to food list and you didn't even have to think about it. So there are a few things that you can do to go ahead and create a go-to food list so that you can have with you all the time. So like if you need it, like you need to have things in the refrigerator that are good go-tos no matter what. You know, when I get home, I can have, you know, an egg sandwich, or I can have a salad, or based on some of the things. Oh, Melinda says, yes, that's why we are here, because of your website title. Yeah, it's not just because of how, I don't know, funny I am or whatever. I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, so if you have some of those staple things, so as we're creating this list, if you have some of those staple things always in your refrigerator, you know when you get home you can have something. And that is why this group is called, or this page is called, If You Have an Egg, You Have Hope. It's called If You Have an Egg, You Have Hope. So my fearless leader Gwen at my in-person workshops for, I don't know, the first maybe 20 years of us going to WW, she used to always have us shout out, or like say something that we always kept in our refrigerator. And she always had eggs because she told us for years, I mean like for 2 decades, if you have an egg, you have hope. You have the hope of making a sandwich. You could make egg salad. You could make a hard-boiled egg. You could make a fried egg. You can make something. You could make a cake. But if you have an egg, if you only have an egg, you have hope of making something. So that's actually how this group and this page was started. Is because of Gwen, because she's exactly right. If you have an egg, you have hope. You have hope of making something. And that's what we're doing tonight, is building our list of, if I have X in my refrigerator or my pantry or whatever, then I have hope. Okay, I don't want you just to limit this, though, to your refrigerator and your pantry. I want you to think in these same things that we're getting ready to talk about. I want you to think about that as far as eating out. I want you to think about that, like what's in your back pocket as far as eating out. Like, go ahead and be thinking about a favorite restaurant or a fast food place that's easy for you to eat out, or like a convenience store if you're traveling, something. But for tonight, we're just going to talk about refrigerators and pantries. So the first thing you're going to do, or the first step, is to figure out why those foods are important to you. And remember, this is the Personal Points program with Weight Watchers, so this is about you and not about me. So the first thing you have to do is to figure out why they are important to you, what's important to you to have that item in your refrigerator or your pantry. Is it the points value? Is it availability? Like, is it something that you can get and there's never going to be a shortage of it? Is it something that you just really love the taste of it or the enjoyment of eating it? Is it convenience? Is it something that you can grab and go? Is it something that, it doesn't take a lot of prep time? Or is it something that fits in your budget? So Jessica, again, is going to be posting this in the next day or two, and I actually made little check boxes. So if you want to, you can check them off. If you want to print this out later, see, Carol Lou says, have veggies to hashtag bulk it up. That's exactly right. If that's important to you, and it has been to me this past couple of weeks with all this fresh stuff coming in. But you can go ahead and print that out from IfYouHaveAnEgg.com after Jessica posts it here in a day or two, and then you can check those off if you want to. Step 2 is to check some boxes. So, think about the foods that you named off that you have in your refrigerator or your pantry, and see how many of those boxes you check off. The things that are important to you, how many of those boxes you check off with those foods. And then step 3 is to make a go-to list and check it twice. So now make a list of the 5 foods that hit the mark or marks on your list of importance, and write down how you can use one of them this week to keep you out of a tricky food situation. So an example, because a lot of you have 4th of July celebrations like currently going on or coming up. So an example would be, like if fresh fruit made your list. So let's say on your list you said, okay, I like fresh fruits because of the points value, because of the availability, because they taste good. It's convenient for me, and I found a great deal on X, Y, or Z at the store or at the farmer's market or supporting my local farmer's market. So it checks off all the boxes, and you know that you're headed to a cookout or to some other function. How about making a fun watermelon bowl filled with other cut up fresh fruits, or you could make fruit kebabs to share. So that's just one example, and Deanna says pudding saves them, and I saw that earlier this week on something that you posted. So that leads me to your homework. Your homework is #AnchorYourFridge, AnchorYourFridge. #AnchorYourFridge is your homework. And for your homework this week, 3 minutes. This is going to take you 3 minutes tops. There's no way it's going to take you any longer than 3 minutes. So you can do this one. You can all do this one. It's less than 3 minutes. So for this week's homework, I want you to either write down, photograph, somehow show us what your top three go-to foods are that will now and forever always be in your fridge or your pantry. So 3 things. And that's what Sylvia's taking fruit. So 3 things that will forever and always be, and thank you very much, Lynn, that will forever and always be in your fridge or your pantry. And tell us why. You get bonus fake points. You get bonus fake Bravo points if you tell us why they're your top 3. So literally all you have to do is just write down or take a picture or something. So like if you took a picture of, I don't know, let me think, string cheese, an apple, and an egg. If you took a picture of that, boom, your homework is done, okay? Don't forget to tag me so that I will see it and I don't have to hunt you down, okay? Okay, so do your homework. Okay, we are almost at the 30-minute mark. Before we go on to the 30-minute mark, again, please do your homework. I want to remind everyone to do your homework. I also want to say that we were talking about, fresh fruits and veggies, and we're going to be talking in the second half about, some ways to save money, because I've had a lot of you all say, oh my gosh, things are super tight right now. Gas is so high, or we've still not gone back to work, from COVID. We're still not back to work full time, or, whatever the circumstances are. So I promised you all that we would start talking about some of this stuff, and it's easy things. It's things that we can do. John and I don't have any spare time. There is no spare time. I was here for 7 hours today getting ready for the chat. Okay, we have 0 spare time. So I'm not going to tell you how to do anything that you can't also do. But we are at the right at the halfway mark now. I'll start just a little bit early. So maybe I'll get out of here 2 minutes early tonight. That would be awesome. That would be my spare time. So at the 30-minute mark, everybody go ahead and get you some water to drink. And yes, Sandra, it is time to drink some water. So if you're brand new, we break this up into 2 halves. The first half of the chat, yes, this is an hour-long chat. We're going to be here for an hour. 59 minutes plus some. The first half of the chat is all classroom. It's whatever WW went over the prior week. And the second half is usually something fun. And so I'm going to try and make it fun. And you all are going to help me with a surprise test, first time, whatever. But go ahead and grab you some water. My water tonight, courtesy of all of the fresh produce that's coming in, my water tonight has, what all did it have in it? I don't remember. Pineapple, pink pineapple, and blackberries. Yeah. And then I had some coconut water. Okay, you get your drink of water. Oh man, those fresh berries are awesome. And yes, Melinda, that is literally just pineapple. So all this fresh stuff coming in season, this is it's my most favorite time of the year. And I forget every year and I don't think about it, and then all the fresh stuff starts coming in, and then I'm like, oh man, it's not going to be here that long. Like if watermelon could be this fresh and this good all year long. Okay, so this is the second half of chat number 179. Or sorry, not 179, 279. This is the second half of chat number 279. We're finishing up talking about anchors, and we're talking about how to find your go-to foods. In the second half of tonight's chat, We're going to be talking about, I promised you, a summer of savings. And with this summer of savings, we're going to talk about the top 3 energy saving tips in the kitchen. But first, since we are starting the fun part, more birthday presents continue to roll in. This one's from Orlando Debbie, and we're going to open it before I get too carried away. So Orlando Debbie sent me something. There's something very, very heavy in this envelope. Oh, super cute. Oh my goodness. Hold on. So this super cute card, wherever you are, fun will find you. Oh, hope you're one happy camper today. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday. Love you, Orlando Debbie. That is so sweet. And this is so cute. It's actually a magnet and it's a bottle opener, but I bet you could use that to get jar lids off too, couldn't you? Couldn't you use it for that, Debbie? I'm just wondering. I'm thinking that you probably could. So that, and then there was something fluffy in here. And this is, oh, I've heard of these. Oh yeah. I've heard of these. So Debbie also sent me a tea towel that says 4 jars, always pops. Canning is easier with 4 jars. So this is a perfect lead-in. Thank you very much, Debbie. Thank you. This is a perfect lead-in to what we're going to be one of the things we're going to be talking about tonight. So 4 jars is it's a brand of lids. I think it's a brand of lids for jars, and they're supposed to be better than just your regular mason jar lids. So Debbie, I'm assuming that you have tried these. Has anybody else tried 4 jars? But that is stinking cute. Thank you very much. I love that. And of course now I'm going to have to go find some of those and order them. Yeah, I love you too, Debbie. I miss you. I wish we could come see you. So the second half of tonight's chat, this is a perfect segue into that. We're talking about my top 3 energy saving tips in the kitchen. So I promised you all for the summer, for the duration of the summer, or at least for the next few weeks anyway, we're going to talk about some ways to save a little bit of money. So I wish I could save you all hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars every week, but I'm not Geico, so can't do it. But we're going to talk about some little ways that you can, save a little bit of money. So the first one is energy savings. So I don't know about you, but gas prices have gone through the roof in, I said most areas, but I think it's probably all areas. Grocery prices will be right behind those. This week we're going to talk about my top 3 energy saving tips for your kitchen. So these are all things that while you're getting ready in your kitchen, getting yourself fed, getting you and your family nourished, that you can do to save a little bit of energy. And the appliances that we're going to talk about in the end, they do save a little bit of energy in the energy consumption, but we're going to be talking a lot about heat. So tonight is all of my my top 3 energy saving tips in the kitchen are all about keeping the heat out of the kitchen. Okay, so it's hot enough. Today is July the 3rd, 2022, and John established that at noon it was halfway through the year. July, I don't know about where you live, but July and August are the hottest months here in East Tennessee. It's probably like that, I would say most places, unless we've got people visiting from like Iceland or something like that. But July and August are hot months, and I know it's hard to keep it cool. So that's what I'm going to mainly talk about tonight. These are ways to keep your kitchen cooler so that you can keep your energy bill lower. I know there have been times that we've been cooking in here or cooking at home. Just had a lot of things going, whatever, and I have to keep cranking it down and cranking it down and cranking it down and cranking it down. Well, cranking the AC down, trying to cool this entire building. So if I make it hot in here in the kitchen at work, so I'm at Casey Kitchen Center right now. Lynn says June was unusually hot there in Texas. Odd. Strange. But if I try to cool just the kitchen here at Casey Kitchen Center, I am air conditioning the entire first level of our building. John and I live in a loft. If I try to cool down the kitchen in our loft, it's open. It's just one big open space. there's only one room that doesn't have any windows. There's only one room that's actually not connected to the rest of the loft, and that's the bathroom. So if I'm making too much heat in the kitchen during the summertime, I have to cool the entire loft down to get just the kitchen cooled down. So my top 3 things that I like to do in the summer to keep the cool down is hold on a second. No, I didn't. It's down there. Okay. So my very first thing is pick a day to cook. So I'm not a big meal prep planner person. Y'all know me. I eat the same thing like, a couple of days in a row and then I'm done. I'm tired of it. But even I know that only heating up my kitchen one day a week will save some big bucks on my energy bill. So if you use something like the super cubes that I've shown you all a million times, if you use something like super cubes, they are an innovative freezer safe, dishwasher safe, oven safe container to go ahead and make ahead some things like meatloaf, lasagna, soup, things like that. If you go ahead and make, like some TV dinners and put them in some kind of a bento, food prep box. There are a million people to go watch on Instagram. Not a million. There's a couple of really good ones to go watch over on Instagram to see how, if you want to actually do some meal prep, and get ahead. But there are lots of things that you could do and only heat up your kitchen, one day a week, like for one big thing, and then just use the rest of the days to reheat. So yeah, Debbie said mashed potatoes. That's perfect. Mashed potatoes done in the super cubes is perfect because you can just pull them back out and, and microwave them when it's time. You can make your own TV dinners. Okay. Second thing, fewer trips to the store. Hello. My biggest expense right now is gas. So who else is spending a small fortune on gas right now? On fuel for your car? Oh my goodness. Oh no. Lynn says all 30 days we're in the 90s to 100s and predicted 100 plus for the rest of the summer. Okay, so Lynn, this is for you. This whole chat is for you. But who's wearing out their gas card right now? And I saw, oh my gosh, who was it? Somebody posted something that instead of saying, what was it? It said, where do I go get in line for the free gas card? Or I don't know, something like that. It was funny. I didn't make it funny, but it was funny when I saw it. So yeah. A huge expense right now is gas for a lot of people. So the fewer trips that I can make to the store or a store or whatever, the better. Melinda says yes. Sylvia says yes. Carol's still working from home. Debbie's still working from home. So Carol and Debbie have to stay over here in their own gas-free zone. Okay. Elaine's got her hand up. But the fewer trips that I can make to the Tag says gas prices are out of control in New York. So okay, at the risk of passing out, Tag, how much is a gallon of gas right now in New York? I can promise ours is less. And I'm 55 years old. I have never, ever spent so much time looking at gas station signs and saying, oh, look, it's blah, blah today. It's blah, blah today. And I was, okay, $4.89. Then no, it's not that bad because that's about right where we are. Yeah. So, okay. I was prepared to be horrified. But, I was driving to a job site I had to drive, almost 2 hours there and almost 2 hours back. The other night, I was on Wednesday night, and I was watching the gas pumps, and it was so funny because I got to a certain point out of town when I got outside of town, and it dipped down to $4.35. And I told John, I was like, it's like they're giving it away. They're giving it away in Maynardville, Tennessee. Everybody come fill up in Maynardville. It's $4.35. But I was headed to a resort community that's on the water. And as soon as I saw the first boat going down the road, it jumped back up to $4.59. So it was $4.35 or something like that for just a little bit. Ooh, Linda says it's $5 in Illinois, $4.99 in Pennsylvania. Yeesh. Okay. Anyway, so gas prices are ridiculous. Okay. So fewer trips to the store is going to help with that. You can stock up on shelf stable items. So things that you can stock up on once a month, like canned veggies, rice, beans, pasta, anything like that. Jan Take says, only in America would we think $4.39 is giving gas away. I know, I was just kidding. Oh my Lord. And Pat says in Chicago, near Chicago, it's 5:58. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, anyway. But there are something like shelf-stable things, again, like pasta, rice, canned veggies, beans, things like that. Just go ahead and get what you need for, like for the whole month. If you can think that far ahead, get what you need. And if you can plan that far ahead, go ahead and get what you need for the entire month. And you can also plan some sales. Some of the grocery stores have cyclical sales, and you'll just have to figure out what it is in your area where you can stock up on things like that. Like I know, I forget, I don't buy it anymore, but there used to be a time of the month or a time of the year that like Hamburger Helper was like next to nothing. Like a thing of a box of Hamburger Helper was not next to nothing, but it was very much on sale, or like packets of tuna or whatever. And I would really, really stock up on them. Yeah. And Debbie said I can buy dried beans and then make them in the pressure cooker. That's like step 12. Okay. I'm still on baby step number 1 on the pressure cooker. Okay. So things like that, you can go ahead and stock up on once a month so that you don't have to run out. So you don't go, oh man, I wanted to make, 3-bean salad or whatever. I've got to got to make another trip to the store, because I know that there are weeks when I could go 2 and 3 times to the store. Yesterday I went, that was it. I'm not going to the store again. So I went one time, got everything I needed, panicked for a second because I thought I'd forgotten something, and that is it. I am not going to the store again. So I'm going to save myself 2 gas trips to the store by just doing it one time. Sturdier vegetables like potatoes, onions, winter squash, that can be kept for several months in a cool, dark spot. So you don't have to keep them in the refrigerator. That's potatoes, onions, and winter squash. You do not have to keep them in the refrigerator, but you can store them for several months, again, in a cool, dark spot. So if you're hitting those farmers markets, if you're supporting those local people, those local farmers, things like that, go ahead and load up, because you can keep them in a cool, dry place for up to a couple of months, okay, without them going bad. So also, if you're visiting the farmer's market, and notice I keep saying farmer's market, farmer's market, farmer's market. Now is when they need you, okay? That's when they need us. So that's when they need us. So we need to go to the farmers markets and support them right now. But make sure if you go to the farmers market or to the regular grocer or whatever, that you eat the most fragile items first. So things like lettuce, you can't freeze lettuce. It just is going to be gross. So if you get fragile things like lettuce, or like we got blackberries this week, anything that's fragile like that oh gosh, I can't make it last longer. I can't, what? Okay, I don't know what's going on with the 40 to 50 ladies. I missed something. But anyway, things that are more fragile like that, go ahead and eat those first. Figure out a way to eat those first. And then, so like berries, herbs, lettuce, just things that are more fragile, use those up first. And then whatever you can't eat first. So like if you can't consume it fast enough, then if it can be frozen, and I know, Lynn, I just did that. Yeah, so Lynn's reading my mind here. So if it can be frozen, if it can be pressure canned, if it can be, preserved and pickled, if it can be fermented, if it can be preserved in some other way, and you don't have to be all big on the, preservation, but if you have a freezer, you can do many of these things. So I did try my hand at, so I bought 3 gallons of blackberries Saturday, because y'all know me, my eyes are bigger than my head. I don't know why I bought 3 gallons of them. Well, I do know why I bought 3 gallons of them. I bought 2 gallons, and then he had 2 gallons that he needed to get rid of, so I bought 1 for me and 1 for Karen, okay? So I ended up with 3 gallons of blackberries. We ate about a half of a gallon of blackberries just sitting up here. Oh, I gotta start talking fast. Just sitting up here at work on Saturday. They were fantastic. The blackberries were like that big, and they were fantastic. But I needed to go ahead and do something with the rest of them by today, because they were not going to make it, okay? They weren't going to last. Ooh, and Carol made pickled beets, and her peanut loved them. I need to try that for my peanut. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm pointing the right way. So can you all see that? Actually, just let me get one and I'll show you. So I tried pressure canning. Or this was hot water bath canning. So I hot water bath canned blackberries. I only did 4 pint jars because I didn't know how it was going to go. So I'll let you all know how it turns out. So I hot water bath canned 4 pints of the blackberries, and then I got, so we ate half of a gallon. I know, Debbie, I'm so excited. I can't wait to try them. Like I need to let them sit for, for the however many hours they're supposed to sit. But I want to open one so bad and just make sure that they're okay. And then I froze 8 quart bags of blackberries. So I've got blackberries for a while. I could make 8 blackberry cobblers. I can make smoothies until, the cows come home, whatever. But so those fragile things, make sure that you either eat those first. Make sure you either eat no, Peanut is her. No, Melinda, Peanut. So, I have Alyssa. John calls Alyssa Peanut, and he calls Bo Pistachio. She has a Peanut too. She has a granddaughter not really named Peanut too. What? Sylvia says, I read you can do the hot water bath canning in an air fryer. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I'll have to check into that. But anyway, so do that. Less trips to the grocery store equals less gas equals less money. Okay, and then tip number 3: use lower heat output appliances. And yes, I'm going to talk about my air fryer. You all know that I'm going to talk about the air fryer. You know it's coming, so just hold on a minute. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to finish something that I had started in the air fryer right before the chat, and I have a Simple Living Products air fryer. Okay, and I'm going to let what I had in there. I'm going to have, Instant Pot. Okay, I started to say air fryer. That would be interesting. And yes, you can pressure can in some Instant Pots, but I'm not the expert on that, so we'll have to ask somebody else. So when we're talking about lower heat output appliances, I'm going to talk about my top 3. So this is our top 3 energy saving tips in the kitchen, but I'm going to talk about my top 3 lower heat output appliances, also 3 for 3 today. So that's coming up. But first, I wanted to say that I found an article from the BBC. So I know I live in the United States. Most of you all live in the United States or in Canada. We have some of you that are from outside of the United States or Canada, that are from outside of North America. But I saw an article from the BBC that made complete and total sense. They said that 20% of a household's entire energy consumption comes from the kitchen. 20% of the entire house. So your entire house, 20% of the total energy consumption comes just from the kitchen. Say what? It's not those hour-long rose petal candlelit baths that I've been taking. It's not the air conditioner turned down to 68 degrees during a hot flash. Okay, so wow, so interesting. So I wasn't imagining this, okay? So it's actually 20% of it. And if you are trying to cool down your kitchen, that number's gotta just be going up, okay? So my top 3 list of lower heat output appliances is, number 1, let me figure out which way I'm supposed to turn. It's so confusing. Number 1 is my air fryer. So you all knew that it was coming. Why did you even doubt that I was going to talk about the air fryer? So aside from being my most versatile cooking tool, and I do have a Simple Living Products brand, you can, whatever air fryer it is, aside from being my most versatile cooking tool, it doesn't even raise the temperature beyond a few inches from its surface. So right now that my air fryer is going right here, so standing this close to it, that's where I notice a temperature difference. So it is a negligible temperature difference when you're using an air fryer versus the oven. Even when I run 2, so I have 2, I'm going the wrong way, but I have 2 air fryers here at Casey Kitchen Center. Even when I'm running both of them at the same time, it really does not raise the temperature in the kitchen at all. And you can make things like that man's chicken, or I've got some candied bacon going in there right now. If you make that in the air fryer, it not only keeps the heat down in the kitchen, but it eliminates the grease and the oil associated with frying it on top of the stove. So let me show you the candied bacon real quick. I got that started a little bit earlier, and I just wanted to finish heating it up. So air fryer candied bacon. Woo. So all of the grease, all of that grease is now in the bottom of the air fryer. So using the air fryer for bacon, for making that man's chicken, this is candied bacon, and I'll taste it here in a second when it cools off. It just keeps the heat down. Plus, it, things like that, it keeps you from splattering grease everywhere, and and heating that up. So there's no noticeable difference in the temperature when I use my air fryer. So like none at all, even when I'm running both of them at the same time. Okay, the second one is a slow cooker, and because it's a slow cooker, I did not bring one out tonight, but I've literally been using a slow cooker for 40 years. Sometimes it was out of convenience, sometimes it was out of necessity. This summer, it's for the necessary convenience of not heating up my kitchen, okay? Because I am trying to squeeze every penny out of this summer that I can. And there's nothing like coming home to a house filled with those aromas of something cooking in the crock pot, slow cooker, whatever you want to call it. And I have I've got a copycat Olive Garden pasta fagioli recipe that is fantastic, that is meat-free. You can try that with your meatless friends next time, and I promise your family will love it. But coming home to something like that, the slow cooker is it's fantastic for that. And if you get those slow cooker bags, they have bags now that'll fit, not just now, they've had them for a little while, but they'll fit over the insert for your slow cooker. So then it's easy cleanup too. But again, no real major heat, output. Slow cookers are one thing that we tell people it's okay to put on their quartz countertops, to have it on their quartz countertops. You cannot put, in case this is just a public service announcement from Casey Kitchen Center, if you were thinking about and or have quartz countertops, you can't put hot things directly on top of it. I don't care what Property Brothers says. Property Brothers, call me. Because you can't. So you cannot take anything off the top of the stove and put it directly on there. So a slow cooker is one of the things that we tell people, sure, that's okay, because there's no big heat. I mean, there's heat coming off of it, but it's not enough to affect the temperature in your kitchen. Okay, and since we only have like 8 minutes left, let me see if my bacon is cool enough to taste. Yeah, just so y'all can see this. So the candied bacon, that's worth getting an air fryer right there, okay? So if you hadn't considered getting one, candied bacon, and that recipe, that recipe is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. That man's chicken, that man's turkey tenderloin, green beans, asparagus, corn, so many things that you can cook in the air fryer. That's all already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And if you just search, air fryer, it'll hook you up. Okay. My soon-to-be favorite, maybe. Okay, nothing's going to replace my air fryer. But my soon-to-be favorite is the new, and I always point the wrong direction, the new Nesco digital pressure canner cooker, whatever we're calling it. So that's going to be, I don't know, I've already used it 3 times today. So, I mean, it's kind of jumping on up there. So I literally started using this about a week ago, and I've already canned peaches. I've canned green beans, pressure canned peaches, pressure canned green beans, did blackberries in a hot water bath today, hot water bath canned blackberries today. And tonight we're going to try my very first ever pressure cooked food. So I did use Popcorn Karen. We used her pressure cooker, her Instant Pot. Years ago when I visited her in St. Louis, we made something in her Instant Pot. I'm not even counting that, because that's been so long ago, and it literally took us, we started at like 6 o'clock. We ate dinner. Her poor husband, Tomas, is like, oh my gosh, he's so forgiving and he's so loving. I swear we started at 5:30 or 6 o'clock, and we did not eat dinner until like 11 or 11:30 that night, okay? We didn't know what we were doing. We had no idea what we were doing. But this is my first ever pressure cooked green beans. I'm trying it live. Y'all are trying it with me. But I'm telling you, I had the pressure cooker. I had the wrong way. I had the Nesco pressure cooker canner. I've made 3 different things in it today. It's been 7 hours. I've been using that for 7 hours, plus the air fryer. There is no difference in the temperature here in the kitchen. You know, I just want to point out that while I was prepping for tonight's chat, I pressure canned green beans, I water bath canned blackberries, then I pressure cooked green beans while I was air frying bacon, and I didn't even break a sweat. It is so cool in here, okay? So those are my 3, and we're going to try the green beans here in just a second, but those are my 3 top tips for keeping it cooler in your kitchen this summer, for trying to keep those energy bills down. Because remember, if you're trying to cool down just your kitchen, you are cooling down every other place in your house, your business, your loft, whatever. You're trying to cool it all down, just trying to cool down the kitchen. So those are my top 3, and then my top 3 appliances. So we're going to try the green beans here. Ooh, fingers crossed in a second. But I want to know, what are your favorite ways to keep the heat down in your kitchen this summer? And I would love it if you would comment below, either here on YouTube or here on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you're just watching this on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. I would love to hear that. But let's try. Fingers crossed. This is my very first time pressure cooking green beans. Like, to the point that I'm not even going to tell you what the recipe was, because I want to try this first. So let me get my little bowl that I'm going to try this in. So y'all are trying this with me. Fingers crossed. Oh, grilling outside. That's a good one, Carol. Okay, fingers crossed that this is going to be good. Yeah, Carol, grilling outside is a great one. Air fryer and microwave blend. So grilling outside is a great one. We don't have outside at home. We do at Casey's, but we don't at home. Okay, so these are pressure cooked green beans. There's not really a recipe. I just found something online. This is my very first time pressure cooking green beans, so fingers crossed. Yep, Marianne says air fryer, instant pot, microwave. Tag says microwave instead of the cooked stovetop. Very good. Katie says she turns her ceiling fan on before the AC to try to cool it down. Very good. Oh, those are good. Oh, those are yummy green beans. I'll take another bite of those. And just the way I like them. Awesome. Okay. So we will be talking about pressure cooking green beans this week. That is awesome. I'm super excited about that. Guess what I'll be doing this week is pressure cooking more green beans. I pressure cooked a very small amount of them because I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. Okay, so I hope y'all got some great ideas on how to keep your kitchen cool this summer, how to save some energy and some money. I'm going to go ahead and get this wrapped up so I can take these yummy green beans home to John. But you all have a fantastic week. If you are watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Do comment with what your favorite energy saving, keeping your kitchen cool ideas are. And go ahead and let that next video roll over after you get done. And go ahead and click subscribe. I would love to have some more subscribers just so I know people are actually watching these. So, you know, it takes a lot of time and it just makes me, it makes me feel good to know people are watching them. So go ahead and click that button. And go ahead and click the button, the little bell, so that you'll be notified the next time we have a video. But y'all have a great evening. I hope you have a great 4th of July. I hope everybody stays safe and has a good time. And I will see you next time. Good night.